Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Finally in the game, right at the start. It was getting a little bit hairy near the end because I had to update the overlay, which I think is updated. If I check, yes, it is. And it's 5stack versus Team Pure. Of course, don't get confused with Pure, the team with Lex and BCJ.
Yeah,
now,
indeed, you got Pure and Team Pure.
And this is 5stack is one of the teams which I said, which I'm looking forward to watch, of course, as Neo and Ghost on the team, which is great to see.
I'm curious now. So we get to see how your prediction's going to hold up. As straight away, 5stack it off to a good start, taking 2 kills with the upgraded weapons, the carabiners in hand, leaving over only the Gewehr and popcorn rifle, which I'm sticking with on Tamale and Pinecone as left actually goes down, just to make sure that it's only popcorns to work. And let's see if they can pop some heads. They're very spread out though.
Look at Neo's position. He's going to spot out one player. He actually gets teched up, but this is good play. He retreats and allows his teammate to try and take that fight. Well, however, his teammate does fall to the popcorn rifle. But nice timing from Neo, able to take him down, just leaving Tamale left alone with his own. And he's going to miss his shots onto that Exorious person, which we all love and know. Giving them the first round, and so far my prediction is holding true. The first round to 5stack.
Well, it is the first round going their way. I won't deny that, but Team Pure still have a lot of time to come back into it over on the Axis side as they come in here with 2 MP40s, being a little bit generous with the tokens. And Life's Real has himself a shoddy. I'm just going to switch over to him for a second, and he's playing towards the back of A, presumably going to be playing just side on that. It's a pretty common strategy. Give your anchor on a shotgun. You can pretty much hold that by yourself. If 5stack or your opponents in general play it incorrectly. We've seen lots of teams pushing solo, which is never ideal against a shoddy.
I just find it weird that how they have 2 players towards that A site, which is quite uncommon to see, but at the moment, 5stack are heading towards that B bomb site after that slight entry, making it a 4 versus 4, especially since they lost Nicholas, I believe. It's so weird with facing names because people don't have the actual name, but Pinecone, he's able to take down Ghost and Wicked. Was it White? Be interesting how to say these names.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we just swing with what we got to go for, and then people can let us know. I think it might be mic'd, but it's a 3 versus 2. Going over towards A is not going to be ideal with the shoddy in play. Life's able to pick up 1, switches over to the Garand. Brave move. I mean, he played that very slow if they had to push in to try and trade frag. But obviously, you don't want to push in to where you know there's a shotgun close range. And 5stack now kind of stagnating outside the site. They're hoping to catch an angle, but as they attempt to move towards B, instantly cut down by Promises. And with 20 seconds left, I mean, if he can hide towards the back there at the car. Oh, he's been spotted out. His shoulder visible. He's taken down. He could have denied a bomb plant, but now that's not possible. The time aplenty. Wicked will be finding the plant down, and it's all going to be down to the 1v1. At least Life's Real has found himself that Garand, so he doesn't have to rely on close range fights.
Well, in this fight, I probably would say stick with that shotgun, but he does manage to tag up White or Wicked. I'm going to stay with Wicked, that sounds better. And he switches to the shotgun and gets that pump into the face, and he actually wins that round, making it a 1-1. Team Pure plying straight back, and it seemed like 5stack just didn't expect Lives really on that A site especially after they've taken out 1 player already in top A. I guess they didn't expect a player in stairs, which I like, which I also say, which I probably wouldn't expect as well.
So we got confirmation. It's Tamale in the bottom right, so we remember that one. Just, if we get something wrong, make sure to correct us. We'll streamline things as time goes on. Obviously, both of us being from EU, we are more familiar with the EU scene in general. So I'm curious here. You've got yourself... Oh, well, I'm going to retract anything. I was going to ask who do you think were kind of favored in this round with a lot of close range weapons coming through from 5stack, but straight away, the longer one is finding the opening kill, and now with the man advantage, it's kind of hard to look towards Team Pure with too much favor, as they've got a big comeback to field, but I'm kind of getting a little bit nervous. Pushing down coast, pushing down mid. Looks like they're going to head towards A again. They didn't have a great time up against the shoddy last time. This time, at least, he's playing in mid house, and it looks like they're avoiding him for now.
Yeah, and right now, it seems like Tamala's actually hiding behind that truck, but it's actually Promises who gets that frag onto Dallas. And Lives with the trade, and at the moment the trades are coming in, but it's all going in favor towards 5-stack. Lives, so he's trying to get back into a 2 versus 2, but you still have to favor 5-stack, especially after that. But I do like these trades coming in. It's very quick, very fast, but it's not really one-sided.
I mean, into the 1v1, bomb dropped in the open. Pinecone doesn't know that his opponent doesn't have the bomb, at least. I don't think that information would have been conveyed in time. He heals up. Both of them do, but the SG is finding the opening shots. Crouched down, took a little bit of an aim adjust, and not able to connect the head. You're pretty much dead in that situation. And being the second player to start the fight. So 2-1. Axis side getting off to a good start. But, I mean, winning out that round is essential for them. If 5-stack had won that, you would have seen a very good scoreline as it would start to develop as they would snowball a little bit more with the tokens under their belt, though. They're only going into the Tommy guns alongside 3 smokes and 2 nades. The Axis aren't, I mean, they're not stacked up for nades at least, and they've had to fully invest into this round, so it's an important one for both teams. Yeah,
it's definitely an important one, but you can see 5-stack are actually 5-stacking towards that B bomb site, trying to get in play, but look at Tamala's position right now. In the smoke, hoping to catch them off guard. Pinecone does for one. He does push through the smoke, but he will be caught off guard himself from Neo. And the bomb is planted and left. Maybe not the play that you should have gone for.
I wouldn't even mind seeing Pure try to save over at this point. They're in a 4 versus 2. It was a 5 versus 2. One kill for Promise, but at least that gives away his position, making 5-stack a little bit more likely to win at the fights if it comes to it. Even bailing out at this point is almost impossible. He's being flanked out. Dallas coming up behind, and Dallas says, NT, nice try on saving the weapon as he takes it over. It's 2-2, and 5-stack winning at that round have put Pure down to a pretty weak economy. I mean, you're going to see probably nothing invested. We've seen some teams go for the ecos, but honestly, I still stick with the idea that the Geweers and the Carbines as a base buy is okay, because it gives you a decent chance. Whereas if you come in with the standard weapons like the popcorn rifle, you're not going to have a fantastic time in a lot of these duels.
Well, both can be said either way. Maybe just save, trying to get that 1 round done. Just like, okay, we tried our best. Popcorn rifles didn't do much. But at least this round we can get those STGs, get that scope out, and try and actually fight back, also not giving them any weapons away. And at the moment, their weapons are working well enough. The popcorn rifle and the shotgun working in tangent. But completely switched at the end. Thanks from Wicked, Nicholas, and Ghost able to take down all the remaining players, making it 3-2.
That's pretty much what's going to happen, right? You find the opening damage because you catch them off guard. We had Promises on the Geweer doing a little bit of damage from afar. Popcorn's finishing up close. But eventually, when things have stopped popping, you know where they are. You've got that info to play with. Tommy guns to take the up-close battles, and the round swings your way. This one is going to be a little bit more multi-dimensional, as you've got 2 STGs, 2 MP40s, and the shotgun again coming in on Life's Real. And a nade kill, actually, to open it up from the man himself.
That is much better, but again, the trade's coming in favor. Oh, Tamale just destroying them through the smoke with the SCG. Then that's the type of play which you want to go for. Spray through any entry points onto the B site with that SCG, gain those frags, or even just tag them up so it makes them a little bit more hesitant. But now you've got the experienced players of Neo and Ghost to try and fix things. But now it's just Neo that's managed to take down Tamale, which is the only player on that B bomb site. And left, almost gifting himself a kill, but Promises bailing his teammate out. 3-3. So far, pretty close game. But for some reason, I'm still favoring 5-6. I don't know if that's due to personal bias. They just look the better team.
I mean, on a 3-3 scoreline, if they keep trading rounds back and forth, they're going to be feeling okay about the way things are rolling for them. You got to look towards Team Pure, though. Now taking a bit of a more hefty investment as Tamale comes in with a sniper to start things off. See if he manages to open up any sweet, juicy kills with it. And the nades early towards Coast. Life's the one throwing that out. No one's there to be connected on, though. So the spams early on. Oh, okay. I was happy to say the nade battle was over, but as push comes towards the B bomb site, Neo's taking himself a quick double. And with Neo grabbing that, 5-stack have full access towards the B bomb site. They can get the bomb planted. As Nicholas goes in to get that. It's going to be a difficult comeback now as every attempt they make. I mean, Live Surreal coming up behind, trying to flank through spawn. Ghost is watching it. Ever the watchful eye, leaving it into a 2v4. And again, I would rather Team Pure just save over because they have nothing to work with for the next round. Only the one token that they got from the kill.
Does seem like Promises wants to try and get something from his team's troubles. And I feel like if he tries and peeks T, which I'm glad that he's actually pushing away from now, he probably will lose his life, especially when you got that man watching the other end. Oh, might have just been spoiled out, but MP44, not really the best weapon to fight Jaws, and this position is not looking too great for him, especially since his teammate not in a position to try and help his teammate out, trying to bail them out. But I do like this trigger discipline. A lot of players probably would have took the shots.
At least they tried for the save. Promises might be able to carry over the MP40 and the shotgun if he's not spotted out. I didn't get the statue. I mean, you're right out in the... Oh, no! Pushes out to try and evade them, but he's cut off, and I thought for sure he was going to be able to save those forward. Leaving 5-stack with a pretty heavy lead at this point, considering, again, the economy of Team Pure. This is a great start for them, and the Allied side can be hard to gain access when you start out there. We saw that in the previous game on Manor House. But right here, they're having no trouble at all, even starting to gain some control over their economy. Yeah,
it's definitely great feeling when you got control of your economy, got control of the game, and you know you're in your opponent's heads, which does seem like 5-stack are. The fact that their opponents have to stack towards B so heavily. Interesting to see how the opponents react to this spraying through smoke. Attack that Dallas actually got a tag through that, but Tamale able to get one, trying to get a second, tags up. His teammates also tagged up, but good crossfire being set right now, and it's been very effective. But Nicholas right now just pushing through no matter what. Ooh, but Neo, last one left alive, 1 versus 2, 58 seconds, and bomb not in his possession. He's in Live's position right now, and if Neo actually pushes Lives, it could be a different story, but I probably wouldn't favor Neo winning that duel.
I mean, he's also watching this with a shotgun. Lifestyle is going to have a pretty easy time with that if he does push forward. Neo, in a position though, 1v2, you with the economy as well, you're probably not going to be going for a save. You can see him starting to aggress around 30 seconds. If he doesn't find a kill soon, though, it is a bad time to start thinking about it.
Yeah, but this is a good play from Neo. He can push through L, and if he can just get his angle right on Lives, but he has to spot him out, and Lives will be the one to spot him out first, but the damage is good, but Lives able to react just fast enough to take Kim down, and that's 4-4. Back and forth. Commonly not really growing for Team Pure, but it's definitely still much better than 5-stack.
I think the thing there was that they had a crossfire, and even if Lives missed that shot immediately, the bullets were raining down from on top of the stairs. So there was no way to really win that out, but Neo made a good attempt at it, and you got to give him that. 4-4. Pure need to start winning a couple more rounds, though, because trading them back and forth like this, we said it before, that's going to favor 5-stack as time goes on. They've got lots of nades to work with, and they're coming over early. Could cause some problems for 5-stack, but not landing towards B, unfortunately. And Nicholas actually throws out one of his own towards the stairs. Doesn't land a kill as Team Pure decide to hold on top of the stairs. Not going to work out too well, though, as a bomb plant should be obtained for free.
These SMGs proving so strong, but Tamale able to get one. Is he trying to get third, but he can't do it. Nicholas with the trade. Wicked able to take down the last player on that B bomb site, just leaving Promises in a 1 versus 3. And it does seem like he wants to try and go for this. Or actually just try and go for some exit frags, which he might be able to do. But if you're 5-stack, you probably just want to try and keep the weapons you have right now. Don't really need to hunt Promises down. Your economy is going to be nice and healthy, while his probably a little bit weak in the time. He could be against Promises, but he doesn't manage to take down Ghost. Just having 2 more players left alive, but he probably will not win this round with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, the timing's not good for him turning away as well.
Yeah.
Like it takes him down 5-4. And again, at this point, I think 5-stack are going to be happy with how things end up, no matter what round score they end on.
Yeah, especially with 5 rounds already on the board. gonna try and go for 8 if they're feeling it. 8-4 scoreline going into second half. Definitely gonna give them that confidence to control the game even further.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say anything from this point forward for 5stack is a bit of a bonus. Even if Team Pure meant to come back at this point, they won't be too upset. You do want to end obviously on a better scoreline though, considering where things started off for you. Oh man, Nicholas with the kill onto Pinecone straight away. That's tearing them apart. He's almost got Tamale as well, but it's life's real. Pulling it back into a 4v4. This position though is kind of a one and done a lot of the time. It's so hard to find anything else as they come in pre-firing. Yuko's coming towards the bomb site though. Shirley doesn't expect 2 players to be here. As the peek comes out, Tamale catches him off guard. STG in hand. Only good for 1 as we're down to a 1v2 with the trade. Wicked having a really good time moving on to that bomb site, trading out his teammates, leaving promises. Coming in, and he's got a decent angle at least, but only an MP40, so he has to rely on no fights going in until he can close the distance.
The distance has been closed, but right now I think there is a player watching the cross, which is Dallas, and he has a scope. So as soon as Promise is trying to cross, which he is doing, he's going to take it now, and that's going to be the 6th round for 5stack, but the trade's just all in favor for 5stack. The initial push was pretty weak. Obviously, Nicholas had that amazing headshot, got that information there was at least 1 player on site, and then Lives able to take down 1. But the problem which they had there was no one was in a crossfire position with Lives. While they had a crossfire position on the statue, there should be someone in the crossfire position on Lives because they have to wide peek him to get that kill. So if someone was in that crossfire position, that could have been a different story. Could have got that extra kill. Lives could have stayed alive just a little bit longer. Could have even got an extra kill from that. It's if statements there, and I think if you're Team Pure, you're probably gonna feel a little bit disappointed with that round.
And Ghost gets off to such a good start, and he's trying to make them disappointed with the way this round goes as well. But in fact, they should be very happy with how things have developed. The fact that they've got players still alive that probably shouldn't be, and able to get some more frags. But it's down to a 3v4. They've lost the B bomb site. Only 1 player left over there is left over there, and he's got an STG. Kind of cut off. The smoke stopped him from being able to do anything about this bomb plant, and again, it's going to be a 2v4. 5stack are having such a good time right now. Wicked takes another. It's all down the left. He's pushed in the back. He's pushed in the front. There was nothing the man could do. 7-4. And that's a weird gun model. I don't know if you're seeing that as well. Thompson,
Nope.
Tommy 40. There's a mix of the 2 of them.
Damn.
It's so it's still a thing. If you switch to a player as they're picking up a weapon, it melds the 2 together. I kind of like it. It looks
It
cool.
looks sick. It looks sick when the models combine and make something really weird, like a Springfield Garand. Love those.
Springfield Tommy.
Springfield Tommy, yeah. Shotgun Springfield. That's also a good one.
Good at all ranges.
This is interesting. Team Pure actually going for a 5stack themselves to try and counter 5stack, and so far not being very effective as 2 players already full. No trades available, and Neo's so confident. You can see it as he just tries and walks onto the side.
4v3. Nade's been returned over to try and finish Tamale off, but it's not going to happen just yet. 5stack eventually do close that, and the distance for Nicholas allows him to take down Promise. He's going to continue to aggress, but Wicked finds the frag, stealing away the potential 3k and putting it 8-4. I mean, at this point, 5stack are so happy with how that half has gone. It's you were definitely right to favor them.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, obviously, when I saw this lineup on the listing, I was like, this lineup can do some damage. But right now, Team Pure just being outplayed despite starting on the favored side. But it's gonna also be interesting to see how they brought up into this attack. And 3 smokes, something could happen with that. Ooh, they're going towards A site. Luckily, the shotgun is towards B site, so don't have to be too scared about that.
It's definitely possible to get some impact with those smokes, closing the distance, getting your way towards that bomb site. There's a gap. Neo's able to see over it, unable to find a kill. Ghost is trying to hold it off and caught up on top. Dallas doing a good job from their spawn, taking 2 of them out on the long range, securing the back of A and the bomb. There's the shotgun up close for Nicholas, and this round has gone to hell in a handbasket as not a single player dies over on 5stack. Team Pure not having a great start to either sides.
Yeah.
Now down 9-4.
They really need that first round to try and get a good start on that round. I think what they would have needed really is a shotgun pushing onto their A side. That would have definitely helped them, especially since the shotgun was rotating towards A from B late in the round. So if they had that shotgun early on, that could have been a different story. But it's just like these if or what moments. There was a good theory throwing those smokes, but also those smokes, what happened was that you could saw the rotations as soon as the smokes landed. 5-stack knew what was happening.
Here's another kill with a shotgun, and I'd say there's a solid 50% of kills for Team Pure have come in with that weapon.
Yeah.
At least starting it out on the offensive, making it work, and putting on the back. And with plenty of weapons in play for 5-stack, they can pick them off on the range.
You're having some laggy issues there. I think you're back now.
Yeah, I noticed that. There was a little bit of a drop in the net. Vodafone. It happens.
Well, it also happens with me with Virgin, so I have that in common. But Wicked does get spread out tag heavily, somehow surviving on pretty much no HP, and these weapons not really useful in the knife fight, not good either. Wicked still on site, able to take down the shotgun player lives, but great trade from Tamala, but he's gonna fall straight away, and the shotgun damage from far is actually done quite a bit of damage.
Oh, that was super over-aggressive from Promises to try and pull that back. I mean, you had 2 shotguns in play and the A side under your control in a 2v2, a situation that really looked good for you. But now they're able to close in the distance, and left has no information to play with. He catches them both now after hearing the shots and seeing one up close, takes the kill. They had to play this together, but 5-stack lose one, leaving Dallas all alone to pull off a 1v1. Goes out towards the tank. He's going to try to take a ranged fight, and left offers it up. I don't know why he's jumping out there with the shotgun. Literally the one angle that isn't a close range.
My only theory is that he thought it was closer than it was, but that was a shot from Dallas, hitting the head straight off with the Gavert. You have to say, you can't take anything away from Dallas there. 3 kills from him, and that shot was so deadly. And looking at the scoreboard, Neo's at the top, but Dallas is on 11, and you can see very different scoreline on the other side. Only person in double digits is Life. Damn, that shot. Jumping in midair with the shotgun, and Dallas just takes him off clean with the Gavert.
Yeah, that's the real problem with jumping towards that angle. I mean, I just feel like he didn't have to force it in that case, even if he didn't think he was up close. But mistakes are made, and it's 10-4. 5-stack pulling ahead and getting an opening kill with the nade. A second goes through. Neo takes left down, and that is a devastating blow to Team Pure, losing 2 players without even seeing their opponents. Then the shotgun comes out from Dallas, retrieved from the corpse of his enemy in the previous round. And now we're down to a 5 versus 2. Team Pure have no chance to really save. They need this round, but at the same time, they have no tokens for the next. They have a sniper and a bar left into this round with a couple weapons that could be retrieved as well. It's a really awkward spot for them. They have to hope that 5-stack makes some mistakes, and that could be the start of it with Nicholas going down.
Yeah, that is definitely the start, but with this setup, it's going to be definitely hard, especially since Dallas is just covering that bottom yellow. Ghost watching top, spots out Promise. That's actually a bait in for Tamala. That's actually really smart. You don't really see many teams do a bait like that. There's still a lot of work to do. 2 versus 3. Dallas with the shotgun so strong, even from that distance.
And it's not going to happen. I mean, at this point, you kind of say the half's not going to happen for Team Pure. I mean, that comeback is starting to look less likely. The tokens are coming through, but you're going to be limited on nades. On at least one kind of nades. It depends what you go for here. And with the bar being the favored weapon nowadays for this kind of a buy, you can either take a smoke, or you can take yourself a frag. Or you can take yourself nothing if you Promises. Why not?
5 bars. That's definitely new for me. Even with the bar being a little bit more favored nowadays, don't normally see 5 bars, and Ghost opening up with that SEG hero. But good trade from Lives, taking down Neo as they start slowly pushing towards that A site, which probably would not say the site to use really with the bar, and Nicholas able to take down one more. This A site is slowed down considerably, and pushing onto the site whereby it's not something which I recommend. We're somehow trying to make it work.
And with left going down here, though, Promises has to have a great play. Takes down one. There's Ghost out of contention. Cut off, though. Now down to super low HP. Has to avoid any fights, but Nicholas... Oh, no, he wasn't actually going down the stairs. He stays towards the top. Okay, so they're going to allow that health to regen. Dallas closes in with a shotgun. He finds some damage, but so too does Promises. And he tries to bait him into a knife fight. It almost works, but for Nicholas on long range with the STG to pull it back and put it 12-4. A position now for Team Pure that is looking pretty rough. They have to fight for an overtime with 8 consecutive rounds. Finding more than double what they currently have consecutively is something that you won't see most teams doing. And with the coins saved over, Promises is able to take utility alongside Tamale on a sniper. But even still, that Springfield may not be able to pull off 8 consecutive rounds. It's definitely a rough one to imagine. Maybe if they were on the Axis side, we could believe in them a little bit more, but on the Allies, running into the nade, maybe? As Ghost takes down lives. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's never going to look good, but they do get the trade at least, and they are pushing towards the speed bombs. Like, we're smoked, but with Wicked's position, taking down Pinecone, it's never going to look too good. Bomb is still in possession of the pass, but look how widespread the Allies are quite well right now. One player in spawn, one person was in top red before Nicholas took him out. Now the last two remaining players, Promises and Tamala, are split, but they are joining back together finally in Garden. And that frag from Promises is actually making this look promising.
Yeah, it's definitely possible to pull it back at this point. Nicholas pushing around, has been spotted, jumps out to take Tamale down, and then bails on out of there as the final kill goes the way of 5-stack. They take it 13-4, and what a game that's been. A great one from Neo. We didn't only see his nades connect successfully, but also multiple times we saw him win out a couple of duels where maybe I wouldn't think he'd be able to get ahead, but he was. And Ghost as well, not having a bad game. You're certainly seeing the old guard do well.
Yeah, it's definitely great to see. I even said that this team looks interesting, especially with some of the old guard. Like you said, Ghost and Neo who played for Sentinel back at the major, and then obviously Ghost who played for Team Primal, who did amazingly at the major compared to their NA counterparts, even though they did go out pretty early in the knockout stage. It's definitely great to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much further they can get in this tournament. But so far, they look solid. Some of their individual players, like Wicked, he looked amazing, as well as Dallas, that shotgun which he played with. Very, very strong, consistently getting those frags. So I can't wait to see more of them.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that they showed us a lot of structure as well when it came towards their allied rounds. There were a couple when they were pushing down that I thought they were a little bit staggered around the smokes towards B in particular. But by and large, they recovered a lot of situations where they ran into stacks or they were picked off without a trade coming through that looked pretty bad for them. Yet they continuously managed to find their way back into it. Whether, I mean, you're leaning a little bit on the individuality there, on being a small bit better than your opponents, but then also when the shots were connected by their enemies, they were able to pull it back by trading and by pushing together. And I liked seeing that from them. We didn't see it just dominate on an individual level. They took their opponents seriously up until the last round, which I think is something that is lacking when you see like an 11-4 scoreline. A lot of teams start to just play super aggressive and throw any structure out the window.
Yeah, then with that being said, 5-stack able to use their 5 players very effectively, overtaking Team Pure and advancing to the next stage of the tournament. Hopefully we'll be seeing much more of them next. But next game, don't know who that will be, but hope you stay tuned as we get into the next game as fast as possible.